behind me. My diamonds oh so shiny, even sometimes they blind me. My repertoire's big, nothing I do is tiny. They wanna be me when they see me, cause that's just a rude awakening. Try me or deny me, and I am the dude who will take it there. I got money trees and in this season, watch I take them in. You just junior flexing, man, that's cute, somebody break them in. Flexing with my dogs, flexing with my bras. I'm flexible when flexing, cause I flex like it's my job. You can't see me like Mirage, I'm flexing just because. How you gon' pull up in boutiques when your car's in a garage? Never that. Did somebody ever say they better at flexing big? I go bigger, and that's how I get them back. You cannot flex on me or get the best of me. I'm master flex like Master Chef. I just got the recipe. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I got the word. I be flexing, I be. I got the word. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I got the word. I be flexing, I be. I got the word. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Look, I ain't playing no games with none of y'all that won't play this. I'm stunting on them, I'm stunting on them, I'm stunt man, I'm famous. Never seen so many plexing, all y'all got anguish. If y'all talk about flexing, y'all talking my language. I swear on everything, y'all something else. So much hate, I'm shocked to say that all y'all got something left. Just know I'm flexing on everything, if nothing else. That's why I put these boys away, put them boys up on the shelf. No weight room, I super set. Pull two cars out at once, call that a super flex. Y'all looking just super stressed, I'm looking so super blessed. If you ain't got no flex, then I call that a super mess. Tell the world all about me. I flex hard, and I might be the coldest that you ever seen. Take notice, I'm focused, flexing on your team. I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I got the word. I be flexing, I be. I got the word. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I got the word. I be flexing, I be. I got the word. Yo, I be flexing, I be.
How you gon' flex? How I flex? I try to tell these haters that my flex is the best. You should understand I'm the man of the rest. You wanna see me flex? I'ma show you what it is.
Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I got the word. I be flexing, I be. I got the word. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I got the word. I be flexing, I be. I got the word. Yo, I be flexing, I be.
The world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
Picks it up on the second. Over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
And Howard to the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell, deep right center field, carrying, and it's gone.
That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over! What a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
The world's best gather here. XBL.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another production of the Cross-Platform Baseball League. We are back tonight with the semifinals of Season 19 kicking off in the XBL top tier at 93 Ego, and it's a big one. If you weren't here last season, it's the World Series rematch between Spokane Spokesman and the LaGrange Astronauts, Spaceman Spumoni versus WishboneRulz. And then these games 1 and 2 tonight, like I said, are a huge rematch. With me to bring this all to you, this epic action, it's going to be Mystery Man, the AAA aficionado. But tonight we got the biggest stage upon us. What do you think of that, my friend? How are you feeling tonight?
I feel really good. I think, obviously this is, as marquee a matchup as you're going to get. The Spokes definitely, I would probably say the most low key season ever for a returning champion. They just laid low. They let, Mama and Ox and Wish and Mush kind of even Flash, I think at one point was probably rated above, kind of a really slow start, I think there for Spaceman.
Yeah, he did have a slow start off the back of what was, a 5-game victory over WishboneRulz. Pretty commanding victory, which, in season 18, which wasn't all that long ago, but we're on the other end of season 19 here in the semifinals. And this rematch, had, like you said, has a very different look to it. Basically, Wishbone almost went wire to wire for, the first seed. He was jostling with Mush there for a while. Mama Junjun also made some appearances in there, and they both all made appearances in that Von Asen race. That's part of the keys to the game here tonight. That level of pitching on top of this rematch, Wish has really turned it up a notch. And is that something that Spaceman's going to be ready for, on the back of, what he played against in the World Series last season, Wish has probably made some improvements, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I have all the confidence in the world that Wishbone's going to play well. The only thing is, Spaceman hit extremely well against Oxbox. The last 2 games of that last series, Ox was upset because there was a couple of breaks that didn't go his way, but that's the way it always, when somebody's as good of a pitcher as Ox is, it takes a couple of breaks to kind of get the other hitter, even if they're a star hitter like Spaceman, to we know how the RNG works, right? You put a little bit of doubt into the pitcher, and then people like Ashnod, people like Flurabelle, like any of the great all-time hitters, then they just go off on you and you can't stop them. And that's what Spaceman did against Ox. And we didn't really know that from this season how much that was still in him. We saw that last season, not as much this season, but I definitely think Spaceman comes in here with quite a bit of momentum off that last series where he just played really, really well.
Yeah, he's going to be really tough to stop. Is he going to be the same machine that we saw in seasons past, or is he going to be like early season Spaceman? Wishbone going to be ready to use every tool in his locker either way. One of the most well-balanced players all across the board, and an all-time power hitter as well himself. So it's going to be a huge matchup. The semifinals always provide, and without further ado, let's provide you all with games 1 and games number 2. We'll be right back. All right, it is go time. We're arriving up here at Red Rock Park for game number 1 of the XBL semifinals, the first edition of all the semifinals here in season 19. So without further ado, the players exchange pleasantries, and we're going to see first pitch here coming right up from Ed White.
Yeah, we're going with good old Red Rock, which is always a good start. One of the older ballparks, usually not as many skipping issues. So hopefully we get some good games here.
Yeah, definitely a favorite of a lot of the all-time players here at Red Rock Park and Wishbone's longtime home. First pitch, a ball, then in there, a curveball for a strike. Spaceman leads off with Rocket Turn Burner. And the count's evened up quickly.
Yeah, Spaceman has all those names that are kind of a mix of all the players we love, and they're kind of interesting.
Yeah. Looks like we called out on the chat, maybe some alternate uniform action going on for Spokane as well as the Knots. I know the Knots were wearing their original, these are their original AAA uniforms from Season 8.
I thought they looked a little different than what we've been seeing lately. As far as Wishbone, the other ones I wasn't as sure of.
Spokesman sporting a familiar powder blue either way. Becoming a very familiar, jersey that we're seeing here on these semifinals and deep in these playoff runs. These Spokesmen. And he's got himself 2 on to start things out. The danger's starting to mount already for Ed White as that changeup is lifted high in the air. But there's Gus Grissom. He's underneath of it. He'll drop it. Oh, no. A throw comes into second base. Is it in time? No, it's not in time. And the bases are loaded. What a tragedy.
Man. I was just about to say, Train, that's a huge out. And now it's not a huge out.
And how often do you really see that in this game? I mean, we all know it's possible, and it's always in the back of your mind, but quickly 0-2 now to Grease Torque. The runners are going. They're caught off base. Interesting.
Oh, I think he's trying to concede an out.
Not what I would do here in the semifinals, but Spaceman, a nice guy. Probably a nicer guy than me.
Yeah, a little too nice there, but he does give up an out there.
We'll see if that comes back to bite anybody later, regardless of the situation as it stands now. This one's hit to left hard on a line to Shepard. Shepard's throw only goes to second, so run will score on the sac fly.
Now batting, catcher number 13, Hammer Nail.
Hammer Nail up to the plate, has first pitch prayer and fastball hitter, so a changeup over the outside corner is in for a strike. Swung on
kind of interesting that Wishbone, with a history of some unusual plays such as that one, would have that happen in the first inning of a major series like this.
Yeah, Wishbone has definitely no shortage of evidence of some of the old metalhead special type things that can happen. So, but maybe he gets it out of his system early here. Now he bats with Grissom, who's already tense from that drop. See if we can get him on the right side of Mojo. Hits the first pitch on the ground to Lil Smoke. Lil Smoke goes to first. Brings up Neil Armstrong. 571 with 2 home runs early in this playoffs. WishboneRulz, the #1 seed. 1-1 pitch to him goes low over the outside portion of the plate. Breaking ball hit to Red Green. Red Green throws it to first, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Number 28.
Ken Mattingly's at the plate. This is another dangerous build. Very well balanced hitter. It's Daddy Slaps on the hill for the Spokesman. A crafty lefty with 5 pitches, a cutter, and a screwball in that mix, as well as the old curveball and changeup. Ooh, that ball is...
Just gonna say that's kind of a wicked arsenal for a sidearmer. I use that except as a righty.
Yeah, the sidearm screwball can definitely pose some problems. Wishbone unable to capitalize on anything early in this first. So it's 1-0 going to the top of the second. Bear Botham's at the plate. 2-0 pitch to Botham is swung on over to Neil Armstrong. Sprinter's engaged, but throws in time to John Glenn. And now Lil Smoke will get a chance to bat here. 0-1 changeup is a ball outside. Counts evened up 2-2. Ken Mattingly dives for it, makes the grab, throws it to first in time. Breaking ball is hit hard, but not hard enough to get through the infield there. And we'll see Red-Green with a chance. Red-Green hits it hard on the nose right at Jim Lovell. Jim Lovell will make that grab, and we're into the bottom of the second.
We saw a little bit of jumpiness there, but I'm not sure that was on the player's end. That almost appeared to be on our end.
Yeah, Wishbone definitely playing with some pace here early. Swings at the first pitch again, as he did in the first inning, and he's quickly grounded out. Now there's one down. Next pitch fouled away. It's Alan Shepard at the plate. Alan Shepard sees a ball now miss outside. Strike high at the letters. And it's 1-2. 1-2 pitch hit. Left field line with a foul.
I'm not sure what the velo is on this pitcher. What would you say that is, Train? It looks like 60 to 65 to me. That's kind of an odd range. I don't think that's 50, and it's not 80 or 90.
No, it's definitely a middle range of velo with some higher jump. Seems to be playing early, but now it's resulted in a hit here that's been flipped out to the right field line by Wishbone. Got a cutter going away, it looks like, and did a little bit with it there to get it out into the outfield. Yeah, some middling velo. Maybe a little tricky to time up at first, but you'd have to expect Wishbone to find some time to adjust. Pop up left field, though, is caught by tremendous ineptitude.
Kind of interesting to have injury prone on what I would assume is your ace pitcher. So you don't really get a lot of money back for injury prone. So that seems like something you would slap on kind of a junk pitcher just to get an egg trade in there. So I'm not sure about that.
It's Ed White against his counterpart, Daddy Slaps, who was just on the hill. He pops it up pretty well, hits it hard to Gus Grissom, but Grissom's able to catch it.
Number 25, Rocket Turnburner.
Aside from the first inning, things have been quiet thus far. The lineup, though, has turned over for the spokesman, and it starts out with another hit. So 1 out, man on first.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 30.
It is tremendous ineptitude. Low outside fastball called for a strike. Another low outside fastball. This time it misses. Runner does go. Caught off the base. Throws to second. Picked off. And there's 2 down. Aggressive base running from Spaceman results in an out. And then he's quickly put away there for out number 3. So we'll go to the bottom of the third. What do you think of that, Mystery Man? You know, part of the getting the running game involved with these 2 power hitters.
I love it, but it feels like sort of an awkward start to this game, wouldn't you say? Not quite the rhythm we expected.
Yeah, definitely a little off-tempo here early. Maybe Wishbone going to try to develop a little bit more patience as things go on. Ed White hits it hard at second base, but Lil Smoke will catch it on a line. There's, you know, the Astronauts have been piling up quick outs early in this one. Trying to extend some ABs here is going to be critical as they work to get runners on base. Cutter going away, swung on, ends up being taken care of by the second baseman as well. We'll go to the 4th inning where Chuck Beerson leads us off. It's hit on a line right at Glenn. So there's 1 down. The action's moving fast in this game as well, I'll say that.
Yeah, it really is moving along here.
Both players eager to get this thing started. Remember, these games are live, and these are the first couple XBL semifinal games, the biggest playoff games we've had so far this season. As we see Spaceman ground out there to the shortstop, where Hammer Nail now bats. Ooh, a screwball looked pretty meaty, but Space chops up the reticle a little bit, and we're going to see out number 3 caught by Shepard into the 4th, and this is Neil Armstrong at the plate.
Yeah, and a reminder to people, the other side is Mama June and Mush. Mush got that unusual reverse sweep against Flash the other day.
Yes.
So that was, Mush. What is Mush's seed? 1, 2?
I believe number 2.
1, 2?
I believe so. I may be misspeaking.
I think Wishbone is 1.
Wishbone is number 1, yes, correct.
Okay.
Ball on the ground. Looks like it's going to be a double play opportunity, 6-4-3. And that'll be that. Mama's 2, Mush is 3, so either way, those 3 were interchangeable parts all throughout the season. All separated by just a couple of wins.
And all 3 of those were basically well ahead of everybody else for the Von Ace, and pitching matters.
Both players pitching well so far. Wishbone, providing some quick ABs to Spaceman. Spaceman, aside from the first, has not really been able to get a hold of anything or build any runners on base either. So it's an interesting tight semifinal. Definitely not the same as the World Series. That was kind of more of a slugfest from the get-go that we saw last season. Again, we're on 93 ego, which is compared to, I guess, 92 from last season, as we see a looking K.
The shortstop, number 6.
So different factors involved. But both these players always trying their best to provide some awesome entertainment. The 2-1 pitch is a curveball, and it's lifted out to left. Alan Shepard can get there right in front of the wall on the warning track and make the grab. Yeah, it was shaky, but not quite in the zone enough for Spaceman to take full advantage of. Almost saw our first home run of this semifinal. Alan Shepard reaches for one low, makes it a 2-1. And then this one hit over to Chuck Bierson. Chuck Bierson will throw it to first in time for the out.
Yeah, he got sucked into a cut fastball there.
Yeah, been swinging out of the zone a little bit. High jump. Working well for the spokesman early on Daddy Slaps. 1-1 pitch from Slaps is a ball inside to Jim Lovell. Jim Lovell sees now ball 3. This one hit high in the sky, deep to center, and that is Rocket Turnburner. Buzz Aldrin will bat. Power versus lefties is engaged, so looking for something big to hit here. It's the locked-in Daddy Slaps. Ball was hit on a line right at Turnburner, and unfortunately that'll end the inning for the Astronauts. We're still deadlocked at 1-0 here going into the 6th inning here. Game number 1.
Not a lot of cracks in the pitching so far. Both of them looking to, like I said early, is put some doubt in the other side's pitching staff.
That's a leadoff single for Spaceman on a 1-2 count. So nicely done on an inside fastball to shoot it right up the middle.
Now batting, the center fielder, Rocket Turnburner.
Rocket Turnburner is batting. Turnburner sees the 2-0 pitch, a curveball high and away. Wish thinking about going back there again. He does, and he lands that pitch nicely. This one off the hands, 2-seamer is a too slow for a double play. Throw goes to first, not in time. Fielder's choice. There's one down.
Number 30, tremendous ineptitude.
Well executed though by Wishbone. Runner goes, throw goes down to second. It is in time. What a throw!
Wow, that's really big.
Huge pick out there at second base. And now the inning taken care of. The leadoff runner erased. And we are into the bottom of the 6th. 3 hits for the spokesman, 2 for the Astronauts so far. Not the script we would have written.
Right. No, I was going to say, really meticulous pitching there from
Ed White looks like he's going to get pulled here. In a 1-0 game. In the 6th, we see WishboneRulz step to the plate. He swings at one, puts it into left field where it's catchable for ineptitude. And there are 2 outs. The Astronauts just not getting deep into these innings at all. Definitely contributing to the speed of this game on all fronts. Good pitching and hitting.
It seems like the lefty Slaps is continuing to bury the right-handed hitters with that ball coming off the plate inside, and Wish cannot lay off.
Strike right at the high portion of the zone. Makes it a full count. This one hit on the ground to Torque. Torque is going to take it himself. And there's 3 down. We're into the 7th inning. Let's see who comes out of the pen. It is Tereshkova. Valentina Tereshkova. Familiar lefty, a specialist with elite 4-seam. Benefiting from the easy target here on Bierson, but he's got good power, good contact, swings at one right at Armstrong.
Yeah, I think he wants that one back. That was kind of a misplaced 2-seam. You can't throw a lot of those in there to the spokes.
Haven't been a ton of misplaced pitches in this game thus far.
No.
Both players are doing a very good job of getting each other to swing at those pitchers' pitches that they've been throwing. The 3-1 here is a curveball, and it's taken, makes it full. Here comes the curve again. 3-2 pitch in there for strike 3. It hits the perfect part of the zone in the big wide circle.
Yeah, a little bit lucky there, but, you know, sometimes better lucky than good.
Wishbone really hitting his spots right now. The 1-2 pitch. Spaceman, though, not swinging at anything that's even just a centimeter out of the zone. Swinging and miss, strike 3.
Oh, he took it to him. Wow. Got it right by him.
Low inside fastball. Sometimes tough to catch up to, not the pitch you're expecting. Ooh, Armstrong fouls it straight back. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It was a quick stretch. Starter for the spokesman still going strong. Daddy slaps. Bierson over to first, 1 down.
Again, he buried the right-handed hitter. Those hitters are getting nothing done over there on the right side.
Quickly 2 strikes to Ken Mattingly. Wishbone be a little frustrated. Pitcher is on fire. So slaps with what I see as 65
that junk
pitches.
Appears to be over 100 now, that junk.
It does, and he's at 65 pitches. He works a walk, though. So maybe that'll push the mojo down a little bit for John Glenn. It does. He is locked in now. And then Glenn into left center, hits one into the gap. Ineptitude can cut it off, though. So with 1 out, there's 2 on. First and second for Alan Shepard. What will the Astronauts do here?
Yeah, if I was Slaps, I wouldn't bail out those right-handed hitters by throwing curves. You need to cut that inside or even go with a straight fastball.
Deep to center, Alan Shepard puts a charge into it. The runners are going to tag up from second. Makes it first and third on the fly out. That had homer written all over it with someone with a little bit more power. Unfortunately, with Shepard. Now Lovell, though, with RBI hero, is going to get intentionally walked.
Yeah, here's a righty.
It is. It's Hog Hill. Rally stopper, elite 4-seam. A nasty pitcher. Starts him out with the changeup. Wishbone bamboozled by that one. And then swings way big at the cutter. Now 0-2 all of a sudden. This one hit on the ground. Right at Hill, taken care of. Keeps the Astronauts at no runs. How does Spokesman get out of that? Oh my God.
Yeah, I think the Astronauts immediately were rattled by Hill coming in there. Weren't really ready for a change, and Hill got going quickly.
Bunt from the sprinter, not successful here to start the 8th. Tons of pressure in these games. Again, you know, we got this defending champion here in Spaceman Spumoni, and Wishbone, the man he beat in the World Series last season, wanting to get the revenge just to get back to the World Series here, you know, and give himself a title opportunity. Both these players have a lot at stake. You know, there's a long line of defending champions in XBL history. You know, Flash, Lazy, and Weaver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, Spaceman could add his name to that list.
Yeah, that would be nice. A little bit of a mistake pitch there got him on base. Now, Wishbone's going to have to lock in.
So 1-2, no, red-green. See if the 8-hole hitter gets anything to hit here.
You know, Wishbone has got to be frustrated here. Spaceman, not necessarily known as a fantastic pitcher, but has really, really pitched well in this game and held the Astros down. But if Wishbone can hold this to 1 or 2, still has a good shot.
Rally Sniper's going to get lifted for K-Pops. 2 on, 1 down. Spaceman flips it foul. Tereshkova still in the game here for the Astronauts. So it's lefty on righty.
Yeah, I would be very careful with Tereshkova right now. In fact, I would yank her due to the specialist lefty.
Yeah, and we see that walk come into play here for now Rocket Turnburner. Lineup turns over. We're going to see a pinch runner and Ace Pritz. Tereshkova still in the game. This one's flipped. Right center field gap. That's going to be down. 1 run will score. Here comes 2. Another one's coming around second. Is he thinking about coming around third? Here he comes. A bases. Ooh, almost bases clearing. Double.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Tereshkova was not replaced there.
Yeah, Wishbone's still trying to get her through this inning. She gives up another hit. Shepard, he's not jogging to the ball. He's got to throw it home. A runner's coming around third, and it will be a 2-run single. Turns into a double. Now it's 5-0. So this is getting out of hand quickly for the Grange. A hit goes up the middle to Grissom. Grissom, can he throw it home in time? He will. So runners are at first and third.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 99, Ace Tort.
Yeah, I think now he just doesn't want to show him another pitcher.
This one's popped up. And we've got another one hit in the left center field gap. That's going to score at least 1 run. Gus Grissom will throw one down. The third, it will be not in time. So they all kind of just trade places. And now we will finally see Alexei Leonov. Pick officer, elite curveball. He's got about 2 junk and 12 velo, it looks like.
Yeah, interesting stats.
Needs to get 2 outs here. He's got quickly 2 strikes.
Yeah, as we know though, you can do a lot with just accuracy if you're a good pitcher.
Ooh, on a line, the runners were caught off, but the throw goes to nowhere.
Number 23, Bear Botham.
Just missing the zone is Leonov to start off against Botham. This one's hit the dead center where Grissom can get underneath of it. He'll make a grab for out number 3. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. The spaceman, or excuse me. There's too much space, spokes. Lots of, well, spaceman, but he's the spokesman. And he has scored 5 runs in that inning. And that's what I was trying to describe. Now the Astronauts are up. There's a man on first. And Leonov's going to get pulled here, it looks like. We are going to see Willie McCool, low pitch and fastball hitter. Ooh, and he does flip one out there into the no man's land between the shortstop and the center fielder. So there's 2 on with no out here in the bottom of the 8th. Wishbone's going to need something to build upon here. Gus Grissom's having a rough go of it this game. He's going to get lifted for Ellison Onizuka. Onizuka's got clutch and outside pitch. Wants to make something happen for the team here off the bench. Hits one to the first baseman. Ooh, it's just off the ground, and that will be a double play. Nice turn from Spaceman. Shortstop Neil Armstrong sees a curveball high. Chewy Escargot with reverse splits. Wants to end this inning and then move into the 9th. Let's see what comes out here. 1-1. Ball inside.
Yeah, Wishbone's been facing this same arsenal and arm angle the entire game. Hasn't solved it yet.
Ooh, but he does take a walk. With 2 down here, it's Ken Mattingly. Mattingly sees a fastball right on the inside portion of the plate. The 3-1 pitch now upcoming to Ken Mattingly. Big hitter's pitch ends up being a strike taken. Now it's full. Payoff pitch. Runner goes. He's walked. Bases are now loaded. This is John Glenn.
Wow, look at the resilience from the Astronauts.
Pressure mounting here in game 1. 1-1 pitch to John Glenn. Misses outside. Bad ball hitter and mind gamer.
If he can lay off that screwball, he's got a shot here.
He crushes one, but foul. 2-2. Inside, now it's full. Ripped, but foul again. The payoff pitch comes once more. Wishbone fouls it away. This one hit up the middle. It's picked up by Smoke, though, and thrown to first. In time, we go to the 9th.
Yeah, good pitch. He got suckered into a slight chase there, but you can't really blame him. It's just a good pitch from the Spokes.
Can anyone even play center field? Oh, yes, it is. Jemison. My Jemison. And she immediately gets tested here in center. Caught at the warning track.
It's actually pretty deep there in center field at Red Rock. Everywhere else is fairly short, other than I think there's a little bit of a ridge in right center.
0-2 pitch. Misses away from Yuri Gagarin.
Yuri Gagarin?
Gagarin. I've always said it like that, yeah.
I think
Definitely called his name
probably
quite a few times.
correctly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll make sure we know. 1-0 pitch. Looks a little bit outside. Now it's 1-1.
I still remember when Joey sent us the pronunciation of all his hitters. That was awesome, but I think it was a little too late.
In typical XBL fashion, a little bit late to the party.
A little bit late.
This one's hit hard up the middle where Red Green can pick it up. Thrown to first in time. There's 1 down in the bottom of the 9th. We're in game number 1 here. Spaceman and the Spokesman looking to take a game 1 lead. 1-game lead here in this 7-game set XBL semifinals. Things have switched over to 7 games now from 5 at this juncture.
I do think Wishbone is gathering a little bit of momentum at the plate, even though he hasn't cashed in. We've seen some good swings.
Yeah, we've really seen him, put bat to ball when he's swung at pitches in the zone, but he's also reached quite a bit tonight, and that's, definitely been the detriment, as there's now 2 down here in the 9th. This one swung down the left field line. It's going to be fair. Looks like it could be for extra bases as well. The throw from ineptitude is not in time, and there's a 2-out double. They're still alive in game 1.
Yeah, like I said, this sidearm arsenal here, this is an extremely tough arsenal to crack. It does seem like Wishbone is starting to get onto it, which I think will bode well for game 2, because he's going to see that same pitcher, that relief pitcher.
Yeah, definitely going to see a lot more where that came from in this long series. Spokane Spokesmen take game number 1 by a score of 6-0, exploding for 5 runs in the 8th there. Wishbone just never really able to find a groove in game 1, but game 2 could be a totally different story, as we know. Really exciting baseball to start us out. What do you think, Mist?
Yeah, it was closer than the score would indicate. Spokesman was the one, like we said, got some momentum, cracked the pitching, got going. But I like Wishbone for game 2.
All right, well, yeah, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be bringing that action right back to you, folks. So hang tight. Game 2 will be coming back at you in just a few moments. Here we go, folks. El Viejo Stadium is the site of game number 2 in this XBL semifinals in season 19. The Spokane Spokesmen are ahead 1-0 on the back of that 6-0 victory that we just saw. Wishbone wants some revenge, not just in the World Series from last season, but tonight in general. So let's see what he's got in game number 2.
Yeah, this is that weird shadowy setup that was at El Viejo that they actually did a patch on because it was so dark. It was like you were in a dungeon. It's much more playable now. It's really not bad.
First pitch by Grissom swung on from Jerry Garcia. Jerry Garcia, the pitcher I'm familiar with seeing on this Spokesman team. Lefty, no screwball this time. He's got the forkball.
Yeah, this is another arsenal that has slowly become extremely popular. It's hard to hit that forkball that's starting to reemerge in the XBL. This is a nice arsenal. Again, the Spokes seem to be on top of these arsenals.
Good velo and good sequencing takes care of Dr. Grissom for out number 1. And then this one's hit down the left field line and really good swing for Wish. He's going to see a runner get to second on the hustle double.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 28.
Smart to have the speed there.
Yeah, and Wishbone can handle speed. He's a good speed player.
Another fun fact about this stadium, it was also part of the SMB2 two new stadiums that were DLC, the other one being Red Rock Park. So we get to see both of the stadiums added in Super Mega Baseball 2 here tonight as DLC in that game. And the fun fact about that is they didn't work. We had to we had to avoid them in competitive until Super Mega Baseball 3.
I did not know that. I came in at the absolute ground floor of Super Mega Baseball 3. That was my epiphany, was looking into. I came in right before SMB3 was released. I did all my homework and I said, this is the game I want.
And this is the game you now play.
That's the only game I play.
We got 2 on here. It's the only game I play too. That new rematch game, that's pretty fun. We got 2 on, 1 out, and there's a big swing from Alan Shepard. So the moving fastball still posing some difficulty for Wishbone here, but he's got these runners on. And a full count. It's on the ground to short though. It's a double play opportunity. Throw goes to third and then down to first. And I think the inning maybe got extended there. I mean, it was good speed coming out of the box either way.
Yeah, not a fantastic arm at the 3 bag. Although even if it was, I'm not sure you get that.
RBI hero Jim Lovell. Ooh, swings at one, just misses it. A little late. Count is full. That's flipped out into left where Green can just get to it. Sometimes it feels like they don't catch those. But
yeah, he did get the 1 run though, so Wishbone's got to feel pretty good.
that is true.
You know, when you're down 1, you just want to get off the schneid and get going. Oh, that's hit.
That's hit deep to left, and that is gone, Mystery Man. That is gone. And the game is
tied. It had a weird sound, but that was laid into pretty good by Turnburner.
Yeah, Turnburner takes care of that lead that we were just talking about. Was so nice for Wishbone to have. But you know, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And in his case, he knew he had a 1-0 lead, and now it's gone. And there is a 1-2 count flipped out into left where Gus Grissom can chuck that one in there, and there's now a runner on first. Swing and a miss. Chuck Bierson, 95-mile-an-hour heater. Next pitch, swung on out there. Grissom on a line. He misses it. He's having a blinder out there today. Runner's gonna score. It's 2-1.
Kind of an ornamental, stuck his glove out there. I don't know what the proper play actually was. That was a weird spacing.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit off on the angle, but sometimes those balls that are hit hard, that's when things like that tend to happen. So 0-1 runner at third. Looked like he's going to come in as well. Infield was playing back. On the fielder's choice, it's 3-1 Spokesman early. They want to take a commanding 2-0 lead in this series. And they're on the right track already in game 2. Yeah, Wishbone, you can tell definitely some frustration. Gonna need to take things slow. It's only a 2-run deficit as it stands and quite early.
Yeah, don't get rattled now. Hayes needs to bear down.
Just misses.
Oh, what?
Tough call there. Gets the heater there. And the 2-1 pitch is hit deep to left center field. Alan Shepard, he's running. He's got to get there. He can't on the dive. Throw's going to come in from Grissom. Run's going to score. It's 4-1 Spokesman.
Yeah, it's early. You have to run damage control here. You've got to get out of this.
It's Fred Hayes, the starter, who's getting beat up. I think the middling velo not doing Wish any favors. This one's crushed right. Deep. It is gone. 2-run home run. 6-1 Spokane.
Yeah, Spokane got the advantage. Like we said, Spaceman, one of those players that once your pitchers are questioning themselves, it gets so difficult.
Alan Shepard, it's popped up. He's underneath this one, makes the grab. But damage is done. Spokesman scores as many runs as they scored last game here in the bottom of the first. And yeah, like you said, damage control now for the Astronauts. They need to start climbing back into this one piece by piece.
Yeah, but point blank, they need to hit the way that we know they can hit. Unfortunately, again, the right-handers are getting buried by the Spaceman every time. That's I think where Wishbone can do better.
Spaceman beginning to feel almost impossible to pitch to. This one though, Wishbone. Flipping out into center field. It was looking inside on the cut fastball, but he did well with it to put a runner on first.
Exactly, Train. If you can actually get the reticle all the way in there every time, you're fine. But every time you don't, you're going to get screwed.
Goes for Wubbo Ockles. To pinch hit here. Hayes is done for the day after the first. So it'll be a bullpen day for the Astronauts for the rest of this game.
Yeah, not undoable for a pitcher the quality of Wishbone, but gotta start hitting.
Ooh, he gets underneath one here with 1 out. It's popped up. Center fielder can get their turn burner. There's 2 outs. And the Spokesman, like we were saying last game, you know, feeling impossible to pitch to. Now questing for what could be a back-to-back. If he, takes a commanding lead in this series and then goes beyond it. He's truly a force to be reckoned with in this new era of Super Mega Baseball.
Yeah, no doubt. And everybody likes the Spaceman. Spaceman's a good guy. So, if somebody is going to have success, I think Spaceman is somebody we love to see having that kind of success.
Wishbone's got out of the pen. Yuri Gagarin. Why did I mess that one up again? Yuri Gagarin. Ooh, right on the edge of the zone. He gets him looking. That was a beautiful pitch.
Yeah, Gagarin sporting a bit of an unusual, but a very kind of an awkward, tough arsenal.
Yeah, 4 pitches with the heater. Caught her screwball and change up. Needs to find a strike there. 3-0. Comes back again with the change up. This one's hit into right center where Lovell's going to have to chase after it. Base runner means it's an easy double for Spaceman.
Yeah, this is the problem, though, is the way Spaceman is hitting this last week and a half. Every mistake is just being amplified.
That was a nice fastball in the left-hand corner of the zone. And Neil Armstrong is going to be behind that broken bat pop-up. There's 2 down for Grease Torque. Wow, what a screwball. Look at the bend on that. And it's going that fast. It's very bendy. Let's quickly 0-2 to Torque.
Yeah, you know, there was a time train when middle pitches were really on the outs in the XBL, but it seems like they've not just the forkball, the screwball, they've really made a reemergence here.
It's a big screwball. Ooh, just bared on the left field line. It was perfectly placed, but Spaceman placed it perfectly himself in fair territory, and it's 7-1. Ken Mattingly, he's trying to run out of here. He's trying to get out of the stadium. Wishbone needs to just keep the focus here, you know. 6 runs again. Not the biggest amount he's ever come back from.
Yeah, no, he could definitely do it.
Gets the swing and a miss strikeout. Now gets another chance to hit in the third.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 1, Neil Armstrong.
That one's hit very hard, right on the nose at Turnberner, and there's one down.
The second base,
Yeah, great swing on the forkball.
That one right at red-green. Yeah, you can see Wishbone frustrated a little bit, but I would be too. These are some really nice swings he's putting on the ball to no result. That's crushed. Left center. Way back. That's gone. There's the payoff for John Glenn, and he makes it 7-2.
Yeah, you'll take any run there. Solo shot is fine. Get some momentum going. You want to, again, put some doubt in this pitcher. Garcia's kind of in a groove.
Neutral mojo. 0-2 pitch. It's hit high in the air to left. It's going to be caught by ineptitude. It's now 3 outs. But that run on the homer could keep the Astronauts in it. It's still very early in this ball game. Oh, left center. Deep left. It's gone. The changeup was a mistake.
Yeah, I didn't get a great look. It didn't look like that bad of a pitch, but leaned into it nicely.
Hey, man, just as quick as Wishbone can put one up, Baseman is taking it right back. 0-2 pitch to Spaceman here, strikeout. Really well placed
right
fastball. Red-green bats. The 1-0 to green is high. It's now 2-0.
Yeah, you can see Gagarin a little bit off his game right now.
Yeah, now at 30-plus pitches, it's going to start diminishing very quickly. So bullpen management time going to be a factor for Wishbone. Jerry Garcia crushes one to right. It's going to be caught. You know, if it wasn't the pitcher, maybe that would have been another dangerous hit from the spokesman.
Yeah, that's a big out. You'd rather have that than a dribbling little weak single.
Fastball on the corner is going to go back to it again. Get some swinging. It's 0-2. 0-2 fastball into the right center field gap. Spaceman handles those so well when they're on the corner. He sees himself with a big RBI double once again, and it's 9-2.
As long as Gagarin has some stats, I think he's forced to man up here somehow. Not going to be easy.
This one's on the ground. Neil Armstrong throws it to third, gets the leading runner, and there's out number 3. We go to the 4th.
Interesting choice.
Was an interesting choice indeed. I didn't realize. Maybe he wasn't thinking about the 2 outs. Either way, he gets a leadoff single. Now there's 9-2. And a man on first with no outs for Buzz Aldrin in the top of the 4th. Game number 2, XBL semifinals.
That's definitely what you really wanted was a lead single. Lead singles are dangerous in this game.
See if Wish can build upon it. Forkball just catches the zone high. Nicely placed, expert forkball. The low one, though, is crushed deep to right. It's high in the air. Is it catchable for Spaceman? It is. Out number 1.
Perhaps out of the zone? I'm not sure what killed that ball, but something did.
Yeah, just a hair out of the zone, unfortunately, for WishboneRulz. Decent speed at first.
Go. Yeah, might go.
We're both thinking it. You know, we would have been running there, I guess, then. Give
I'm
away a little
streaky.
bit of our
Sometimes
strategy.
you'll see me running all over the place, and sometimes you'll see me never running. You're a little more consistent with the running game.
Yeah, consistently getting thrown out. I'm not as good as No Name. I like to pretend like I am, but
Right.
we've got Gordo Cooper batting off the bench here to replace Gagarin. Off-speed hitter fouls it. There's 2 down here.
Yeah, our buddy No Name, he's nothing if not committed to that run game.
Doesn't have to steal there with the good speed, as there's a wild pitch, but then this one hit on the ground to short where Green can handle it. He throws it to first in time, and there is a 3rd out. So nothing to build upon there for the Astronauts. It's the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, the only thing is making that starter work. You know, if you're grabbing for something, if you're an Astronauts fan, you are making that starter work so far. It's still relatively early, plenty of time. The only problem is you've already burned up your starter, and now you're on your 2nd reliever here.
And there's a 1-out single to continue to add to the pain. Quick outs are not easy to come by for the Astronauts here. A lot of these pitches, yeah, he's looking at it right on the corner, and Spaceman just handles them so well. He's been pushing them into the gap and just finding grass pretty much all over the place here tonight. 2-1 pitch hit on the nose. Grissom can't catch it. Made a good attempt for it though.
Yeah, another example when you lose the ball over the plate to a hitter that's really in the groove as the Spaceman is right now. You get punished so often. You're just begging for a hard hit ball at somebody.
Ooh, a hard hit liner. Doesn't produce the double play, but it was close. Nice break for the Astros. Ooh, that one's through the hole. It's gonna load the bases. Who will bat now? I believe it's Red Green who comes up after this. Yes, it's got a homer already.
This is the at-bat. You got to get this. You got to somehow get this.
There's a chance Red Green in one swing could put a stamp on this game. It's quickly 0-2. 1-2 pitch to Green. Gets him looking.
Whoa.
Do the tango. Look at him go. He did the little... He didn't even... I don't think we got the umpire... Because I think Wishbone has him turned off, but he definitely did the dance. That was pretty good.
Naked gun dance, right?
That was pretty good.
Or was it from Airplane 1? I think Airplane 1 was it.
I don't know. You got me beat on the reference there. It was an expert pitch from Wishbone to get out of some huge trouble to keep himself in this game. Neil Armstrong crushes it. Right at Turnburner, though. Wishbone can't catch a break on some of these hard-hit balls. Curveball popped up, right field. Spaceman well underneath with Botham. And that will end the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom half where Jerry Garcia leads off. Garcia sees a strike. It's quickly 1-2 to Jerry. And he gets him looking. Nice pitch again from Wish. He's finding that low inside corner right now. Turnburner hits it hard on the ground. Aldrin, with a nice pick, throws it to first. 2 outs. Tremendous ineptitude. Sees a strike on the outside portion of the plate. Wish gonna go back to the well. Ooh, that was not where I would have put that one. 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. 1-2. Upcoming. Swung on. There's another one from space. Up the middle. How do you explain how he sees it as a ball when it's a centimeter to the left of that, but he puts a good swing on it when it's right on the edge of the zone. Look at it.
Yeah, that's tough. Elite 4 seam, no good.
Eyes like this are few and far between. He's not seeing that changeup down and low, though. 0-2 pitch, crushed. Left center. It is gone into the first row. It's 11-2 now. Spokesman. He saw that change up.
Crazy. That's still up into the corner.
First pitch. 0-1 now. Swung on and missed. Now it's grease torque. 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So it's 11-2.
Fans, unfortunately, we've had to cancel the mascot race for today.
Yeah, I know Spaceman specifically told me in PMs that he just was suddenly hitting really well, and so that appears to still be going on here.
Yeah, it definitely seems to still be going on here for sure. We've got him pitching pretty well as well. You know, he's got Jerry Garcia deep into this game as well as a starter deep into the last one. You know, LaGrange has only scored just a handful of runs. Chug Bierston throws it to first in time. There's 2 down. No hummus saying what's on all of our minds. Got to turn it on when it matters the most. You know, that's what makes championship caliber.
No hummus still waiting for that first championship, but it's coming.
No one's hit the dead center field, and that'll be out number 3 here in the top of the 6th. So nothing doing for the Astronauts. Hammer nails at the plate. Tereshkova is still going for LaGrange against the Spokesman. Spaceman just wants a run here. He can put the game away. You know, always good to end it on your terms whenever you can. Two-two pitch. Swung on, change up, handled well, finds some grass, and there's a leadoff hitter on.
Yeah, that appeared to be a ball, but he got out there on it, the slower pitch nicely, and that's sometimes your best friend is getting to a slower pitch that might not really be in a desired location, but if you can really line it up, you can still get singles.
Ooh, a fortunate 4-6-3 double play for the Astronauts there. That was one that Wish maybe wasn't counting on. You know, when he was down 11-2, he probably wanted that a little bit earlier, but take what you can get when you can get it in this game.
Yeah, if you're already down a game, you just got to keep digging here. And any way you can continue this game, just do it. I mean, Wishbone's talented enough to come back.
2-2 pitch. Upcoming now after the foul ball, and it's popped up way high in the air. Tereshkova is going to handle it herself, makes the grab. 3 down. We're going to the 7th inning here. Still a deficit of 9 for LaGrange to come back from here. This one's hit high, deep to left. Is it catchable for Spaceman? It's going to be tricky. It is. He takes the jump and makes the grab. Such a tricky ball. It was floating up there. Just adds insult to injury for LaGrange Astronauts and WishboneRulz.
Yeah, I was just going to say there are areas of this ballpark that are actually really short, and that's why you can come back from a pretty big deficit here. You're going to have to avoid center field, but you can, I mean, right and left is very short.
Outside pitch, inside out, see you later. Otozuka, the pinch hitter, crushes one to make it 11-3.
Yeah,
So
turned
creeping back into
extremely
it.
nicely on that, yeah.
Yeah, turning on an outside pitch with the trait, that always feels very good. A quick ground out ends the inning after the solo shot. Otozuka gonna get taken out of the game for the new pitcher. It is Yelena Gonna have to wait for that one. Kodakova. She's the SPRP.
Yeah, she's a little used player. Typically, Wishbone would not have to use this player. It's just that Space put the pressure on him early, and I've never even heard of this pitcher, but this pitcher's got a lot of pressure on her shoulders right now.
She does have K Collector going for her, as well as the 3-pitch mix, fastball, changeup, curveball. There's one down here for Kondakova with no junk. 2-1 pitch. Hit where Neil Armstrong can pick it up and make a grab, throw it to first in time for the out. Had to use a strong arm there to get it. Brings up Rocket Turnberger.
An interesting use of the roster tool on this SPRP. I think some other players might want to be taking notes here. I'm interested to see what this pitcher costs.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, the SPRP is one of those very interesting slots that you just want to build something that you sort of like.
Yeah, the K Collector's a decent trait. And Metalhead's always cheap. No junk, always not, you know, not having to spend on that. Not a bad option either. So, yeah, very interesting pitcher here, Kondakova. The 1-2 pitch just misses high. I think we all thought that was a strike. 2-2, swung on. Buzz Aldrin makes the grab on a line. Out number 3. We're going to the 8th inning. It's 11-3 still for Chewy Escargot coming out of the pen.
Yeah, the Astros really need to get that leadoff single here and just try to get some momentum. There's that pitcher we said he would see again.
Hit out there to left. Ineptitude brings it back in.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 28.
Brings up Ken Mattingly. Good speed at first for Mattingly. Gets it onto the ground out there into center field in front of Turnberger, so there's 2 on, no out.
Yeah, that was a fantastic swing on a brutal pitch, but he really squared it up nicely.
Bad ball hitter, mind gamer here for John Glenn. He's got himself a 3-0 count. That loads the bases. Yeah, it's very... Not the pitch Spaceman wanted, perhaps. He sees Alan Shepard up, though. Shepard's a betting 0.95 in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is what we said, though. Get a little bit of doubt into Escargot's head here. Doesn't seem to be finding the plate.
Strike, finally, for the spokesman. Ooh, and then this one hit hard.
He got buried.
On the ground into the double play ball. It is 2 down. 11-4, a run scores, but Wishbone wants a better result than that.
Third baseman, number 2.
Level walked. Buzz Aldrin will step to the plate. Hog Hill with reverse splits and specialists now bats.
Yeah, again, any walk I can get, if I'm Wishbone, I'm happy.
I think he could... Ooh, almost beat it to first. Not quite enough speed. So, quick AB, results in an out. It's 11-4 now in the bottom of the 8th.
A lot of times you'll get a... I was going to say, Train, a lot of times you'll get a bobble on that shortstop play.
Yeah.
Just didn't get it there.
Didn't happen for Wishbone. Ooh, that one's hit hard. A laser into the left or right field corner. So hard that it's only going to be a single. Brings up Hammer Nail. Spokesman 3 runs away from a mercy, but only have to do the top of the 9th at this point. Ooh, and that's hit hard off the wall. Will result in, it looks like another long single and a runner on third. First and third, 1 out.
Center fielder didn't seem to be moving very well there. I had to kind of jump earlier than he or she wanted to.
Bear Botham at the plate wants to do some damage. He has a home run already. 3-1 pitch to him. He's walked. So Botham walks, brings up Lil Smoke. Lil Smoke swings at the first pitch, pushes it through the left side, and that'll be a hit.
A lot of pressure on this. This is a low-end pitcher, this SPRP, regardless of the K collector.
Red Green at the plate. Also done some damage in this game. Level, though, can make the grab. There's 2 down. Nobody tags up. Pitcher Hog Hill. Hog Hill gonna get her chance to swing away.
Does have some batting stats.
Yeah, a couple batting stats for a relief pitcher. They are very cheap. And the count runs full now to Hill. What can she do?
Interesting call.
The pitch to right center. Can Level catch it? He does. So that ends the inning. We go to the ninth. Top of the ninth here.
Jack Schmidt.
Brings up Jack Schmidt, the catcher. Hog Hill sees a strike in there with a fastball. 1-1 count. Schmidt will be leading us off with a single here in the ninth.
Yeah, you got to push some doubt into Hog Hill's mind because that might be the last boss pitcher that the Smokes have.
Oh, that's crushed deep to right. It is gone. A 2-run shot to start the ninth inning. That's McCool off the bench.
What a swing. Yeah, the Astronauts again showing resilience here.
Not just done yet. Another hit. It's going to be 3 straight hits.
Yeah, and Hill is flustered now.
Now batting.
Yeah, Spaceman going to have to take things slow here. Just giving up 3 straight big hits. Runner's going to go down to second in there with an easy steal. Oh, and then it gets past the catcher. He's going to get the third. Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, now you're going to have to monitor the pitcher.
Ooh, popped up. Wish not quite taking that one as slow as maybe he could have. Thinks about going home, does not. Runner remains. So there's one down here. Ken Mattingly at the plate.
Yeah, stay patient if you're Wishbone. Yeah, Hill
Huge
does not
speed.
want to throw the ball in there.
Big speed on both these guys. And that's crushed to right. Does it have the legs? It's gone.
Wow.
12-8.
Yeah, again, right field especially is extremely short over there, and Mattingly turned on that puppy.
Number 23, John Glenn.
And now
John Glenn's
Hill's
the one
showing
that's-
some cold symptoms.
Ooh, right at torque.
Fielder.
Oh, boy.
This is a big moment in the game. It's Don Linguino. Ooh, and the first pitch was swung on by Wish. It goes right the second baseman. That'll end the inning, but the drama was provided in the ninth. Wow.
Yeah, that was a really gutsy comeback there from Wishbone, but, you know, it was just a little too big of a hill to climb, but a little bit of a momentum builder. I didn't really dislike Wishbone's play in this series so far. I just think, you know, Spaceman is just hitting that good that even Von Asen level pitching is going to be tough to keep him under wraps.
Yeah, definitely tough to keep under wraps today. You know, for most of game one, that was the case until it kind of unraveled in that eighth, and then game two was a very different story. So Wishbone has some work to do down 2-0. But like you said, he's definitely got the talent and skill to make it happen. He did have some positive things in this game tonight. I think the main thing being, you know, let's extend those ABs and try not to get too frustrated because, you know, Spaceman's going to be a tall order to play against always if you're going to want to improve against him. So, you know, more exciting baseball to come definitely, and, you know, probably later this week.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely some pause. I mean, if I'm Wishbone, you want to get the offense off the ground, which we really did see there. You know, and tomorrow is always another day in the Super Mega Baseball universe. And now Wishbone has seen his pitchers. Spaceman has seen Wishbone's pitchers. And, you know, even like we talked a lot about roster building, you want to build in a way that, you know, you don't want pitchers exposed. Sometimes you'll hide a pitcher. In the first game, I thought Wishbone possibly was hiding pitchers. You know, there's a lot of cat and mouse. But these are the top 5 in the world players, and you know, this series is for sure not over at all.
Yeah, not over at all, indeed. We've seen stranger things happen down 2-0 in many different XBL series. So, yeah, you know, we'll definitely be scheduling more of these. as a continuation for all of you to watch out for. We've got the first couple of games pre-recorded of Mama Junjun and Mush to give you later this week as well. We're waiting on AAA to get its first semifinals matchup, and then AA will be revisiting here on this channel at the World Series. So more action in the XBL semifinals later this week for sure to look out for. And with that, also on top of that, we got the Cup mystery, man. You excited for the Cup?
I always love the Cup. I was just saying today in the general, the only time I haven't played the Cup is when I actually literally injured myself practicing for the Cup.
I remember.
But yeah, I've got my Teen Titans. I'm really excited. I think we're going to end up with a lot of signups for the Cup. We have a lot of new players that have just populated the general and are super excited about it. No Hummus has thrown in. I believe you've thrown in. I've thrown in. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, get your name in there. All veterans, new people with enough scrimmages, all welcome to join the Cup. It's a really, really fun tournament. And it's another, trophy at the end of the day that has a name on it, kind of means something around here. And, it's an exciting thing to be a part of also. And at the same time, you're doing something a little different than the normal setup, but getting to use the roster tool as well if you're not familiar with it. So get back in here if we've missed you. Get in there if you're new. And if you're, playing alongside us as always, let's just stay excited. Let's keep getting these games in. I'll be seeing y'all later this week. Mr. and Man probably as well. And the rest of you all have a safe and pleasant evening. Bye-bye.